Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, this is Steve Saleen. Steve Saleen is now again the head of SMS Supercars, like back in the past. Now Steve left for a while, but he's back again. Saleen was big into automobile industry, was doing Ford, especially Mustang stuff back in the day. Did some other stuff as well for Ford Motor Company. You could go right to your Ford dealership and get a Saleen prepared vehicle. Very high performance, one of the premier tuning groups here in the United States. Well, now they're going to tackle something that I don't think I've ever seen anybody tackle in the past. It's this, the Model S from Tesla. Now, we've seen some groups get a hold of this car and done some stuff as far as suspension work and wheels and tires and things like that. But SMS Supercars is planning on getting in on the power plant as well. Now, this thing being an all-electric vehicle with gobs and gobs of torque, very, very quick automobile as it is, I cannot wait to see what they get done with this vehicle. This is probably going to be one of the most powerful and the quickest 0 to 60 four-door saloons on the planet. So, going to be very interesting to see what they come up with, and I can't wait to see their results. Next up on the list, the brand new Mini Cooper. We got official pricing on it. Now, the new Cooper looks a lot like the old one. Minor little bits and pieces here and there are all new to this particular model. And there's two variants of it, just like in the past. There's the Cooper and then the Cooper S. Now, let's do a little review of what these vehicles are. The Cooper model comes with a 1.5-liter inline four-cylinder making 136 brake horsepower and 162 pounds-feet of torque. 0 to 60 numbers come in at 7.8 seconds with a top speed of 130 miles an hour. Now this is the fuel-sipping one. The 1.5 liter, supposedly on the highway, is going to get right around 40 miles to the gallon. Not too shabby for this little hot hatch. Now if you go up to the more expensive version, the higher end version, which is the Cooper S, it comes with a 2-liter inline four-cylinder making 189 brake horsepower and 207 pounds-feet of torque. 0 to 60 numbers come in at 6.5 seconds that's with the automatic transmission, 6.7 seconds with the manual. But when you go to top speed, it's a little bit different because 146 miles an hour for the manual and 145 for the automatic. I don't really understand why the automatic's slower. I do understand in the 0 to 60 deals, but nonetheless, that's still non-event there as far as I'm concerned. Now let's talk about the official. Let's talk about pricing on this vehicle. The Cooper model, the Mini Cooper, will come in at $19,950 US, and that's a starting price. It goes up from there depending on the option list you pick. Now, if you want to go for the high-end Cooper S model, it comes in at $23,600 US. That's obviously starting price as well. Both of these prices are real close to what this vehicle's been going for the past several years. And this is still probably one of the most impressive vehicles on the planet as far as keeping resale value. I checked into one of these several years ago, and it was about 3 or 4 years old with about 60 or 70,000 miles on it. And they wanted just about $3,000 less. In fact, it wasn't even that. I think it was under $2,000 less than a brand new one. So it holds its value like you wouldn't believe. So pretty impressive from the folks over at Mini, and this thing will be hitting dealer showrooms very, very soon. And if you ever wanted to live out your fantasies of being a Formula One driver like Lewis Hamilton or Nico Rosberg, driving their Petronas AMG Mercedes Formula One car, well, you can if you live in Japan, because they're going to get a special edition A45 AMG Petronas Green edition. Now, this particular vehicle is going to be shown off at the Tokyo Auto Salon very soon, and it's going to be sold in very, very limited numbers. Now, we do know a little bit of stuff about it. It will come with the 2-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, putting out 360 brake horsepower and 331 pounds-feet of torque. 0 to 60 numbers come in at right about 4.6 seconds with a top speed that's electronically limited to 155 miles an hour. Now, there are only going to be 30 of these built, and they're only going to be sold in Japan. So if you're in Japan, you better get on it if you want to live out your Formula One fantasies, at least in a hot hatch version rather than the full-blown Grand Prix car. And last up on the list, well, some exciting news, a little bit tentative exciting news about Mr. Michael Schumacher. Apparently, the folks over in France, the medical team that's been looking after him, after the terrible ski accident that took place on December 29th of 2013. Mr. Schumacher was skiing, got a little bit off of the trail, hit one of the rocks with his skis, lost his balance, and fell and hit his head on a rock quite aggressively. We talked about this in the past shows, and he's been in a medically induced coma ever since. Well, apparently, the medical crew is thinking that the condition is stable enough now to bring him out of the coma. So this is pretty good news. I mean, only a little over a month away from it. They're going to try to bring him out. Now, I've been told this is going to take some time. It could take anywhere around from a month to over a year to bring him completely out of this coma. Now, this particular situation, they've actually looked into the actual accident themselves. Mr. Schumacher had a camera mounted on his helmet, which was filming. They have deemed that there is no ill will as far as anything that he was using as far as equipment. They took speed out of the fact that Mr. Schumacher is a very accomplished skier. Just an unfortunate incident where he had this crash. It actually supposedly split his helmet in half, which is a pretty aggressive little impact, if you will. So, the early reports from what we're hearing is that apparently he has become awake in the past several days and has been responding quite favorably. Now, the bringing him out very slowly is a very intriguing process. They may put him back under a little bit here and there because you don't want him to get agitated. He's been in a coma for over a month, and he's actually being fed, and his breathing is helped through machines, so you don't want him getting up, getting aggravated, wanting to get the heck out of there and ripping all the tubing out. So you want to keep him at least calm enough, so that's why they may drag out as far as bringing him out of this coma. But from what we've already heard, that he's already responding to commands, whether it be through the squeeze of the hand or blink of the eye or things like this. So very, very fantastic news as far as this, even though it is very, very early in this particular situation. So we're all still praying for him here at Motor Cars Enthusiasts and hope him a very speedy recovery. And we hope that the Michael Schumacher that we all loved or hated will be back to full health in the same old Schumacher that we knew from back before the accident. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this week's Motor Cars Enthusiast. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, the link's down in the show notes. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.